Many men today struggle with issues like infidelity, porn addiction, or compulsive sexual behavior, often rooted in shame, unmet emotional needs, or a lack of healthy role models. How can men start to break those destructive patterns and move toward healthier relationships and a stronger sense of self?
We all have shame inside, okay? So any problem somebody has, we can say it's shame. And so let's put that off to the side, what we can do about that. Shame goes away for a man, when you're producing healthy testosterone and your stress hormones are low. Shame is a stress emotion. It's a stress emotion. So if we start getting rid of the stress emotions in our life, addictions go away. But we have to know what an addiction is. When we call it an addiction, is something that we do that's not good for us. So the first step is you have to know what's not good for you. And porn is not good for you. I was blessed, okay? The reason my testosterone's so high is that when I was in my 20s, when most guys are doing porn or having lots of sex or whatever, I was a celibate monk. So I learned how to not have to masturbate, okay? I have no part of me, it's just like, what? It's like, I would feel very ashamed if I did it. And most men do afterwards. And they will think, oh, that's because society tells us not to do it. No, it's because you just lost your life force. I have lost money. I've made a lot of money, and I've also lost big chunks of money. And I would feel ashamed about that. And then I feel forgiveness. I have to learn to forgive myself, and I do. But whenever you lose something because of what you said or did or didn't do, you're going to feel shame. It's a normal human emotion. So just, if you feel ashamed, stop doing what you're doing that's making you feel ashamed. That's the solution. But how do you stop doing it? That's called addiction. Now, the number one cure for addiction is to realize, okay, what is it that I'm doing that I should stop? And then stop. But how do you stop? Well, why is it hard to stop? Once you know something's not good for you, then you say, I'm not going to do this anymore. But then you do it again and again, because when you have stress hormones, they hijack your brain. And what they do is they produce your brain needs to make dopamine when you're stressed, because your body thinks I'm in danger. So I have to take action. And so your brain's going to go to whatever produces the highest dopamine. And that's going to be addictive substances, or all substances that are behaviors. Porn is a behavior, but it produces massive amounts of dopamine, more than normal amounts. So once you start getting into the routine of taking an addictive substance, for example, we take cocaine. Most people understand that's an addictive drug, and it's hard to stop taking it. Why is it hard to stop taking it? Because it produces high dopamine levels. Now, see, right now I'm earning my dopamine. I'm facing you, I'm trying to help people and give support. I'm making dopamine by setting a goal and taking action to achieve that goal. And I'm rewarded, I'm appreciated by that goal. Okay, so it all comes together for dopamine. Now, let's say in life I'm not feeling successful. I'm not doing things and getting appreciation and love and support. My testosterone goes down. I have stress hormones. I feel empty. Oh, I need a hit. And so somebody comes along, gives you dopamine, and that's free dopamine. You didn't have to earn it. You kind of go, whoa, that's fantastic. I can't do this on my own. And your testosterone shoots up. You feel like a man for a brief moment, just for a little while. That's it. And then it crashes back down. So it goes up, it crashes down, and now life is even more boring and flat. You need that excitement from dopamine, so you go back to the drug. Same thing with porn. When you do porn, what happens? Your brain changes. You get this big dopamine hit, and no woman in real life can ever produce that much dopamine in you. You see, it's like vegetables can only produce so much dopamine. Sugar can. So that's why you teach your children, you don't give them desserts before a meal, because if you give them dessert, you get a big dopamine. I want the sweets. Vegetables are boring because they don't stimulate as much dopamine. But see, the way dopamine works is high dopamine has to, before it to feel the hit, to feel good about it, it gets released in the brain and it goes into a receptor site. And the receptors, when it hits the receptor site says, ooh, that feels good. And then it's gone. So that feels good and it's gone. But if it's a big hit, then what happens, the receptor site closes down. So now your ability to receive dopamine, the hit of dopamine, is less. Very much like if I looked into the light as sunshine, my pupils will close. And if you go into a regular room, they'll seem dark until the pupils open up. Same thing. When you hit the big high, everything seems a little dark. And then you feel like, oh, I need my high again, as opposed to staying in the dark until your pupils open up. And that's called withdrawal symptoms. So how do you minimize withdrawal symptoms? I figured out the solution for this because that's what all ADD is. For a male, it's hyper-focus. Sit in front. They say a boy in classroom can't listen to the teacher. He's restless, can't stay still. His mind's going everywhere. Put that same boy in front of a video game that stimulates dopamine. He can sit there all day. Okay, so it's not like a problem focusing. It's inhibited dopamine function. And I explained when you have high stimulation, your receptor sites close down. And you do that over time, you have inhibited dopamine function. That's ADD symptoms for boys. It's often the reverse for many women. Which is overwhelmed. They can't focus. They have too many things to do. So they're multifocusing everywhere and they're overwhelmed. So that's another problem.